I think for every one of us, the professional journey counts a lot, and especially when there is decades of experience that's been backed with. So essentially, I would, count myself to be that result-oriented or result-driven professional who has always focused on two, three things elementally to start with, talent, performance management, rewards recognition, and to say the learning and development forte. So as an HR leader, I think while emphasizing myself or presently where I stand as more as a strategic business partner to the organization, these had been some of my areas where I have fostered a lot of enthusiasm as well as energies in terms of driving this for my employees, for my senior leaders, co-associate or co-align myself with the organization as well as the vision of the organization per se. So to brief it up, as my journey takes me through, I think I am somebody who has been a strong believer that people makes a difference in an organization. And for me, to foster their growth, educate them, development in the run of the time, and ensure that there are a lot of excellence with innovation that keeps happening in the HR frontier and strategies across in the whole process flows, including that of some strong code of conduct and ethics that we should be governed with. So as a seasoned professional, I think with my diverse skill set and today with broadly over 24 years of experience that I bring it on the platform here, I have been somebody who has ensured that I, instrumentalize my role on driving these compensation strategies, driving the organizational change, ensuring that I lead these transformative roles which have emerged over the decades and over the period of time, understanding the mindset, the journey that brings in as an HR leader with people in different facets or different areas of the businesses that one needs to support with. So that's where I think utilizing that expertise today and driving that leadership role, driving that growth, it is what it takes to become a successful organization in a certain way. Even that an organization has seen its own upwards curves or the downward falls in any economies of scale that the country has gone through. So here we stand stable. Here's what there's a lot of learnings that I have acquired with the run, right from starting with the Godrej and boys at a very, very niche level to where I have graduated today. So that's been my journey to put it across in a way, and that's where a lot of my thought process or the value thought process is bringing across to the people who are working towards this journey in their future and to add value to them. This necessarily wouldn't have happened. I must applaud and say thanks to my family. I think they have been the greatest support ever. And needless to mention that without their support, this wouldn't have happened for me where I am today. Yeah. So I will like to back it up a little bit of, data analytics to it. So sometime back, I have been doing this research study on the Gartner leaders and manager effectiveness that led this role, and also how it is going to be for the HR leaders into 2023. So while a lot of companies have been pushing through, have seen the pandemic times, have been ensuring hybrid work flexibility, or remote working, or return to office kind of a setup. I think merely what it prioritizes today is the development area. So to me, the HR who is supporting the overall business objectives today and bringing the growth to his company are these areas. So for me today, what stands is, okay, we have seen it all. We have seen a lot of new, youth coming with different mindsets and ideology. The priorities which clearly stands for me is upscaling the leadership and managerial effectiveness in an organization, to which also somewhere, to have the adaptable and the ever-changing to the times organization culture with keeping its ethics and the principles strong. not to forget that HR technology has emerged over the period a lot. And hence, when the transformation takes place, it is an amalgamation of this HR technology to the, leadership effectiveness, to the organizational culture that we have having and bolstering upon. So for me, the HR supports in all these areas where acquiring talent, not only acquisition of a talent, but retaining of the talent with the right element of developing them and giving them the career path. Have these decisions been a data-driven decisions or a productive level decisions making with the high level of employee engagement, backed with the rewards and recognitions that we bring it across? I think overall put together, that is where I would say it would play a pivotal role in ensuring that an HR today is supporting those business objectives, which necessarily fosters the growth in an organization. So, see, global talent crunch, of course, there's a lot of skill deficit these days, and I would necessarily kind of support my other HR leaders on these areas, because what is necessarily important is the investment in the training and development or the educational programs that an organization should look at. So, addressing this is more the organization need to put in a lot of proactive or a multifaceted approach, I would say. And there are a lot of strategies that the organizations own to the industry. It could be a BFSI, it could be, FMCG, it could be a consumer, it could be digital industry, all of it, all these different versatile, or it could be pharma. These industries operate in a certain way, in a certain hunt of a skill, in a certain requirement of a skill set. There are manufacturing units, there is an IR, there is a corporate HR, there is a technology HR, which is there. So there are versatile roles and responsibilities that we are coming up. So fostering a strong learning culture, investing into that training and development activities, and not only upskilling employees, but initiatives which make them unlearn and relearn some of the things. We have baby movers in the systems. We have, again, the Gen Zs and millennials also in the system. We have a lot of people of, looking up for the gig kind of a work environment. So, with the technology automation, I think what's most strategically important is definitely the emphasis on the learning and development area, which a lot of organizations aren't really keen on investing. They still go with those mundane way of operating through the performance management modules, through what the company has to give, what the leaders think that is right or wrong. So innovation lies when we give a free hand, we bring in the people across and make them work towards that common phenomena. When we do that, we become open to hire the talent or acquire the talent across the industries, or also what I strongly believe is an internal mobility to a job or a job rotation in a particular organization also plays a pivotal role in the success and innovation drive of the talent. So while I may not say that, okay, this will answer all our questions in terms of the talent crunch or the skill deficit, but I essentially believe that this definitely will, I think, more to me, I think the learning and development culture has to go the A scale with organizations to bring in those leadership qualities, the managerial qualities, team qualities, collaborative adaptations in the individuals, and also to focus upon leveraging the internal mobility if there is a possibility in an organization. I think these would certainly bring down the percentage at which we are bettering the skill deficit in the present scenario. So, So yes, insurance company, I think there is a lot of overload of agents and talents out over there, and some of these in the past, last 4 5 years post pandemic, also we have seen a lot of insurance companies have, had undergone M&As and everything. Similarly, likewise for the financial services, where we have seen a lot of emerging talents, emerging startups which have come in, which leverages upon fintechs and a lot of this technology platforms. So why we are talking a lot on the Power BIs, AIs, and all those things that's happening here. The entry level candidates today, Mahrukh, has a lot of scope because they are fresh brains that are coming into the market. And when we are wanting to yield certain strategic results, we need that enthusiastic, energetic brains coming forward for the talent chain that is there in this industry. Having said that, we also need the experts and the experienced people in the run, so as to train them, or so as to give them the guidance, so as to give them the right path, to give them the right strategy, to give them that right aim in how one has to go. Because these people, while they have excellent innovative brains to come forward with, they lack that certain level of experience in terms of managing or managing those things with with the growth or the sustainable aspect, which is where you also need the stable minds out over there. To me, I think there are clear core strategies, which is client centric. Today, we have a lot of literate clients who are operating in the areas where we talk about insurance or finance, or we talk of investments or so, or banking. Everything has become so digital. Everything is available on a search of a button to us, not only to our generation, but also to the youngsters who are there. So hence, we have to have that right visibility, marketing strategy. We should support it with the smart automation and understanding the client-centric approach. We should predictive the business with a traditional as well as the more upcoming way. So hence, I think it's not only about recruitment but also development, to also the deployment of the right roles and responsibilities. And then it is essential, which we all do forget in the run, is to retain the right people in the system. When we believe that, okay, it has nothing to do with, the age that they have been in the system with, because I think loyalties are a little underspoken now. People really would want to see the resultant way in the which country is growing. So to me, I think these are the core areas where I would say people needs to be in the supply chain, more client centric, and for the financial sector services or the insurance companies, that's the approach. They are predictive about the business. The approach has changed, and hence growth in the visibility of how we are branding ourselves, along with the smart automation that we are doing in the hands of the customer. So it's a very, very customer oriented and client oriented market presently that we are dealing with. Because the trends have shown like almost 72% of, LinkedIn global trends have shown the results that employers try to approach the global sites, the informative sites, to approach the information and then make the data-driven decisions to themselves. Hence, these areas become very, very crucial in the pipeline for me. Yes, so I will go step by step. So women, I think kind of a little bit understatement, I would say. I think women today are definitely quite high on the financial literacy side, because I would say almost 20 to 27% of the women are taking the financial decision today, being independent greatly in terms of managing their own portfolios. We have some very, very big names, right from Madam Sitaraman, who's there, who's, the one who is leading the financial ministry for us. So while yes, What I would say support is the financial education today for the citizens of the country. We are not standing at a very high rate, although that there is an act which we say that there is a compulsory teaching of financial education act which came up in 2022. It has been extended to the entire India, and whereby the concern of financial literacy is basically awareness, and there is an overload of financial products that are available in the market to understand one is to other. If I have to talk about mutual fund industry, there are about 45 to 46 mutual fund houses today, and have like plethora of products to offer, and about likewise products to offer. So, despite of being financially literate, how would you make a very, very informed decision or a right decision in terms of your investment pattern? Probably is where there comes in the step in of the national distributors or the IFAs or so, who kind of support you in trying to make that decision more proper, more regulatory adequate, with good compliances to follow, with good governance to follow, and that at a later stage you do not find yourself in a situation where taxation becomes the issue for you. Uh, Appreciate the work that has emerged for the CAs very differently. I think CAs earlier were looked upon more in terms of filing your returns to, just asking to see where are the ways in terms of saving your taxes. That work has foregone from the CAs greatly today. What the CAs today has to do is, informatively support the client in terms of trying to suggest that what are the ways in other than mutual funds, if there are any other products that one can look upon from the security of the family, from the security of an individual, as you are an early, career youngster, or somewhere who's standing at the age of a retiral or post-retiral kind of a thing. I think that is where the financial literacy today has taken a take. Glad to share that I think broadly what we were 5 years back, where only 11% or 12% people were seen literate from a financial literacy side of things, even the rural areas. Today, that particular percentage has gone to a greater 27%, and I think that's a kudos as a country we should give it to ourselves. Having said that, is there a lot of scope? Yes, of course, there's a lot of scope, because what is happening, the information today available is extremely volatile all across the digital platform, Google searches and all. Hence, people today do not understand and assess what's the right way to go about it, and hence some wrong decision making may give them some wrong result, and they may lose money in the market. And hence informed decision today is essential, for which yes, there has to be a continuous financial literacy that is to be passed on to the people in the rural or the urban population. I am a strong supporter that many young individuals, including our children and all, I think our education system should garner the financial literacy program as one of the subjects across while their upbringing is happening in today's age. So from even there's a lot of strong support from RBI, which is going around these days. So to give you a little more statistics surrounding, I think the overall financial literacy score in India today stood 12.4 out of 19 from the survey that RBI has made. And the retirees apparently out of that scored around 13.5. And that for a women, it scored around 9.2. So I think this itself, it's a big success. Is one of the bulletins that got published in the middle of this year, published this data. So predominantly to me, I think it is a great initiative. There's lots there, but we are approaching there, and investing wisely is important. Investing methodically is important. Diversifying is important to averaging the risk. Whichever way that you chose your investment option, whether it is through savings, it is the traditional approach, or it is through stock markets, or through mutual funds, or through insurances. One should have the very, very pragmatic approach to it in terms of doing these things.